So wonderful. It's so great to see all these beautiful faces. We just got back from Park City and it was absolutely incredible. I know Michelle, you can attest to that. It was an absolute amazing opportunity. And so just welcome tonight. We're so glad you're here and you're here on time, on purpose. There's a reason that you are here joining us tonight. And so I know Cynthia and Michelle, I'm going to take actually my coat off right now. It's been a little chilly in Colorado Springs, and I was cold in my room, but I've turned my heater on. And because I am a 65-year-old woman, I'm going to take that jacket off. If there's anybody that understands what I'm talking about, put a one in the chat here. So it's really awesome to be here. And one of the things that I love about Partner Co. and the community of which we find ourselves in, why you need these drops, is because it's a beginning point. And I think one of the most important things in life, I was just training on this. My background is in media, by the way. I knew nothing about network marketing, direct sales at all when I came into this business. I had zero experience. And but I had a desire for better health. I had a desire to make income for my family. And I wanted to live debt free. That was my big focus. And so there was nothing more wonderful than looking at a company like Partner Co. with the natural products that could transform people's lives. But you know what it meant? And tonight, if you are a guest, I really want to encourage you with this. Someone said this to me several years ago. They said, Tammy, your life will expand or be reduced by how much you're willing to be a new beginner at anything. And I think about that all the time. That here I am, I've had some success and I'm very grateful for the success I've had in my life. I've had some pretty serious setbacks too. And the setbacks have made me more grateful. If you know what I'm talking about here, you've had some serious setbacks and God has restored your life and you have seen the daylight again. Put a 2 in the chat because everyone needs that encouragement. So if you are on here today and you're like, wow, I really need something to transform my health, to transform our family, you're really in the right place at the right time. But my encouragement is really this. You have to start here. You have to start with being a beginner, a new person trying something new that you've never done before. And sometimes with the drops, people are like, well, I've never done anything like this. I don't know what the process is of a natural product. Well, guess what? Good news. You get to be a beginner again. And when you're a beginner again, something really beautiful happens. You start having a perspective that's very, very different. Instead of being threatened by something that's unfamiliar to you. You know what I'm talking about here, right? Like technology, maybe technology is the thing where you're having to learn new things at your work or new things with your job or just new things with having teenage children or teenage grandchildren. Whatever it is, the opportunity is here for you tonight to be a new beginner, to learn something new, to allow yourself to open up your heart and mind to something that could be absolutely transformational for you. But you have to start right there. You have to say, I don't know about these drops. I haven't had an experience with these drops. I don't really know about Partner Co. I'm telling you right now, you are at the right place at the right time. This is such an extraordinary opportunity for you. When I started in this business 13 years ago, I started with, as I said, zero experience. But what I did was I chose when someone offered me the opportunity of a really amazing product. And then later, the company, I said, I'm willing to learn something new. And when I was willing to learn something new, I cannot even tell you how my life exploded. My life exploded in 100 different ways. So I want that. I want that for you tonight. I want you to make that decision. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is, I'm going to just tell you my experience with the drops. When I was introduced to them about 3 years ago, I was fascinated about these drops. They're really fascinating, aren't they, to learn about homeopathy and how that changes people's lives. But I was needing a health benefit for a woman, and I am 65 and feel great at 65, but I still needed something a little bit more? Have you ever just needed a little bit more, like a little bit more energy, a little bit more sleep, a little bit more less brain fog? Can I hear a hallelujah or a number one in the chat for that, right? You know that you're not as sharp as you remember yourself to be 10 years ago. And so when you start digging in on these drops, and that they actually deal with cortisol and insulin resistance, that actually what they do is they reset the body. One of the side effects of the drop certainly is weight loss. We see people losing thousands and thousands of unwanted weight, especially women around the belly, the areas we don't want weight. But we also see all these other amazing benefits, like we sleep better, we have more energy. To me, it was mood. I have gotten many women 40 and older on these drops, and they're like, I don't know what it is, but my husband says I'm a better wife. My kids like me just a little bit more because it's got something called ashwagandha and rhodiola. And all that means is an herb that helps you help your body help you. So we just put these products into our body. We eat from a really good, healthy food list. I love food. I love eating good food. And that's what this is, whole foods, fruits, vegetables, lean meat, seeds, nuts. Eat a lot. We want you eating a full, at least 1,600 calories a day. And you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed how you start to feel your gut. You know that bloating that you get as a woman? It's just horrible. We hate it. And yet we don't know how to get around that. Well, these drops are going to end that bloating. They're going to help you help yourself. And so when I started with these drops, I talked to every woman I knew. Now, they work for men as well, but I would say probably 95% of my business is women because I come from a women in ministry background. And so it was really important for me to work with integrity with these drops. I'm not an expert, ladies. I'm not an expert. What I am is a woman who has had really amazing results with these drops. I was willing to be a beginner. I was willing to open up my mind to a new idea. And then I made that decision. I'm going to go for it. And I even lost 10 pounds on these drops. And I'm not a big person, but where I lost it is where I didn't want it. You know what I'm talking about, the stomach, the thighs, the areas that just start to shift when we hit perimenopause and menopause. But here's my good news for you. My good news for you, if you are a woman in perimenopause, or you are a woman in full-blown menopause or post-menopause, you can live the most extraordinary life. You can have the most energy. You can feel the best about your body. You can feel wonderful about the direction you're going. This is hope. Hope in two little bottles, folks. Hope in two little bottles. But tonight you just need to make a decision. Open up your mind. Be willing to be a new beginner. And I think you're going to be absolutely amazed at what they do. What I want to ask you is one thing. I want you to give me 90 days. I want you to give me 90 days. Your body did not get the way it is, in 90 days, but I want you to give me 90 days. 90 days to allow your body to reset and allow yourself to fight for your health, your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health. I want to tell you that you are worthy. You are worthy of all of this. And the most important thing you do is make a decision and be a beginner. Thank you, ladies.